Black man shit. You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you want to hear.
Welcome back to another edition of Cincy TV. Wait, it's not Cincinnati TV, but I don't know. Is it still the Wellandwingnut or is it now the Cincy Wingnut?
I might have to change it to the Cincinnati nut.
The Cincinnati nut. I like it. I like where your head's at. I'm gonna say I'd like to see that new hat that's gonna be created from that instead of the just the wing nut.
Yes, it'll be icky. It'll be icky.
Congratulations to you and your icky. I almost missed that shuffle there. Congratulations, though. Long time coming. 30 years? Is that right? 33 years since we've been in a bowl. 31 years since our last playoff win. Our very first franchise road win. Like, unbelievable. And now people are comparing Joe Burrow to all the greats already. Like, this is basically his first year.
Tom Brady definitely paid him some nice compliments on a podcast earlier this week, saying that he's way further ahead than he was at his age, and just
Joe Cool, they keep calling him
Joe Burr.
Yeah, and they're like comparing him to Joe Montana, and I think Mike Green had it best this morning on Get Up when he said, if there's anyone you're going to compare him to, it's Joe Namath. Like, really, this guy is just cool, doesn't care. He's
he's styling, he's profiling.
Right. I mean, he'd come out in a fake fur, but he'd come out in one for sure, smoking a big cigar. And yeah, man, it's good to see, and I'm happy to see it for you. You almost got that rematch as well, is what I really wanted to see.
Yeah.
Like, how great would that have been if it had been against San Fran?
I have a few close friends that we know, obviously, Jason Hart being one of them, being a 49ers fan. I told him, I said, if we lose a third Super Bowl to you, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. So I'm kind of glad we're not playing the Niners because I don't know any Rams fans. And if I have to lose, if the Bengals have to go down in the Super Bowl, what a nicer guy to lose to than Matthew Stafford.
Exactly. I can't believe it. The guy from Home Alone could win a Super Bowl. What a world to live into. Too funny. Yeah. We've got an awful lot on set, though, but that is definitely something we do want to talk about. Like, how are you feeling, like, as this lifelong fan? Because I remember you put the ultimatum out there. You said it earlier this year that if since you didn't make it in the next 3 years, you were done.
If they didn't win a playoff game, I was putting them on notice. Yeah. The first round, I got to say, I was pretty nervous. Came down to the last play. I wasn't putting any eggs in any baskets because I've been there before. I've seen the fall. And then the second game, playing the number one Titans, had Derrick Henry coming back. I just thought, I'm not putting any eggs in this basket. I'm just happy to be here. And then obviously Patrick Mahomes, going down 18 again, like we did in week 17. I just thought, what a run. And then, like they've done all year, they've adjusted, they've come back. Their defense has played great. They've got turnovers when they needed to, and they got not just Joe Cool, but Money Mac. Like, that guy is unbelievable.
I mean, this team is set up to win. The defense is the one thing about them that everybody's a little worried about, but they seem to do really good against KC, like you said. But how much of that do you put on KC, and how much do you put on Patrick Mahomes for not being able to finish and put more points on Cincy? And how much of that is the defense?
Yeah, I heard it all week. I heard choke. I heard Kansas City choked. And I don't think they choked because, like I said, if you watch the Week 17 game, Cincinnati adjusted. We got turnovers. Yeah. We didn't just force 3 and outs. We didn't just fucking force them to field goals. we got turnovers when we needed them. Like I'm sorry, that's the defense taking the game. That is not a choke show, man.
And Joe Burrow, I saw Joe Burrow in an interview talk about how it takes him the first half of the season to work out all the kinks. And he's like, I learned the entire way as I'm going. He goes, I expect this to keep getting better throughout this season because we learn from our mistakes. And that's just it. Like Kurt said, Joe Burrow is the truth.
Yeah. That's why he was asked why he plays so well in these big games, and that's exactly what he said. He said he gets better as the year goes, and he banks all this information, and he has all these checkdowns that he can go to, and plays that he recognizes, and he just gets better every game.
Yeah, he is definitely a top-notch quarterback out there, and like people said, he's the future, and he is Joe cool. Like, I mean, I am happy for you, as are a lot of our fans that are watching along right now that are giving you a lot of props for this. And hopefully my Vikings are next, though.
I got more phone calls within seconds of that last kick than I did on my last birthday.
Yeah, well, I don't know your phone number. I messaged you.
Even my mom messaged me. Yeah.
Too funny. That's awesome. Bengals win the Super Bowl, says Corbo. All right. Well, we will see. It's going to be a great Super Bowl. It's definitely got a great matchup coming on. Now, folks, today we with the Super Bowl coming up in 2 weeks, we kept in mind, let's think of sports, because we always say that on Ryan's All Things Geek encompasses everything.
All geeks matter.
Comic books, sci-fi, history, mythology, sports, whatever you geek out to, that's a geek thing. So sports is a big part of our culture, big part of the way Steve and I both grew up. So that's what we're doing. With that in mind, we wanted to know, what are your favorite moments in sports history? Steve and I have got our top 5. We're going to go through those. Let us know yours in the comments. We will post them for sure. Yeah, Steve, you usually got us started. You want to get us going?
Yeah, like you said, we both had a really hard time with this list, so we're going to throw some honorable mentions in here. Being a Red Wings fan, I didn't have any Red Wings moments on my list, but I mean, 42-year cup drought, the biggest at the time. Darren McCarty scores a beautiful breakaway goal to end the series against the Broad Street Bullies, man. The Legion of Doom. Like, nobody said we stood a chance that year. So to take them 4 straight, that was huge. Of course, along the way, we had Steve Yzerman top shelf against St. Louis, just stepped across the blue line and, fired one in there. Growing up a big boxing fan, Rumble in the Jungle. Obviously, we were a little young, maybe not even alive for that one, but seeing it replayed in history, watching it with my dad on Saturday afternoons when,
over and over again.
Yeah. So those are some great honorable mentions. And we're going to start with hockey. I've made this argument multiple times. I think he is the most complete hockey player ever built. He is the captain. He is the Moose. And he guaranteed victory. And he did it. And he scored. Like,
Messier, I mean, it's arguable that he was the true captain in Edmonton as well.
Yeah, like, 2 more cups after, Gretzky left.
That's it. And that's what I'm saying. And he was that ultimate leader that even I think Gretzky himself looked up to. Yeah. So, yeah, great pick for your first one right out of the gate there, buddy.
Going to college football, me and you, big college football fans. What a crazier finish. I mean, we've had some crazy finishes in college football, but this one, like Cal Stanford, what the hell, man?
What the what? The band is on the field. The band is on the field. Oh my God.
That trumpet player gets bowled over.
Right. So good. That was a great and funny moment that I will always remember.
Yeah.
I will remember that more than I'll remember the game itself.
Right.
Like, honestly. or who was in it.
Definitely. Sticking with football here, being Super Bowl week, I had a lot of football picks. Everybody's been talking about Joe Burrow this year and how great Joe Burrow is. First game of the year, our rookie kicker kicks the game winner. Week 17 against Kansas City, our rookie kicker kicks the game winner against Kansas City to win the division. Divisional weekend against Tennessee, kicks the game winner, says we're going to that AFC championship game as he runs out onto the field, boys. Like, guts, kid, guts.
What
and then this week in overtime sends us to the Super Bowl. This kid is money. I mean, Money Mac.
So Money Mac, like you said, what a great story too. Evan McPherson, first year in the
former
league.
Florida Gator.
What's that?
Former Florida Gator.
Yeah, man. A little biased in this one, though, I think, maybe. A little bit.
I'm a Seminoles fan.
Oh, okay. Fair.
I'm a Seminoles
a lot of bias then. So a lot of bias.
Yeah.
A lot of bias. Not a little bit.
I'm a Seminoles fan. Not the Gators.
What do you got next?
My movie review this week, of course, Underdog, the Kurt Warner Story.
Whoa. Oh, yes, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were jumping ahead.
That was just, the greatest show on turf. That was so fun to watch as a football fan. I mean, you could not get caught up in that story. I mean, my Bengals were shit at the time, so I always tried to find solace in a good story to follow through the year, and Kurt Warner, like, just unbelievable. That offense was so unstoppable. They go down the field, score with, I think, 2 minutes left, minute 40 left to go ahead. Tennessee gets the ball back, the year of the Music City Miracle, and 1 yard short with 6 seconds left on the clock. No time left on the clock by the time he got tackled, but last play of the game, like a yard short.
Look how close that is. Both angles there for you. Absolutely crazy. And they did review that one as well. And what a way to end the Super Bowl. Almost, and you know what, we talked about other moments that didn't make it. Butler's catch on the 1 yard line, the interception against Seattle. That one almost made my list. I just didn't want to overdo it with stuff, but great pick. Now, what's your number one? Are you pointing your number one? Wait,
I'm calling my shot. The Babe. This one, I didn't realize when I was researching this one, I didn't realize how highly disputed this moment was for years.
Disputed. I still call cap on it.
Yeah. People have disputed it years after the game. Footage did come out, fan footage from the stands. Very grainy, very hard to see. It was from the right field stands.
Right.
But I mean, it's the legend of the Babe, right? Like it's one of those things. It's too old. There's no HD. There's no hard evidence. Everybody's dead that was there. We can't. Let's just let this one live in lore.
I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that. Greg Switzer's got his 5 right here. I love your list as well. Greg says Blue Jays World Series win. Back to back.
Touch them all, Joe. Touch them all.
Joe. You'll never hit another one as big as that one. Jays Rangers 2015 American League Divisional Series Game 5, 7th inning was great. Watching Robin Ventura charge the mound after getting hit by Nolan Ryan's fastball and then getting put in the headlock by the old man. Yeah, I remember that. Great ones, Greg. Howdy. Mark Amber says first UFC in Toronto was a great moment. Jays going back-to-back World Series. Canada winning gold after hiding a loony in the ice. Just some moments I loved. Exactly. And it's so hard. Steve and I said this. Our list, almost like every list we do, is fluid. We could change it from one moment to the next, honestly.
I don't think there's anything I geek harder to than sports.
Yeah, it's too hard. It's too difficult, to be honest. All right. So that was your list. I liked it, buddy. I like a lot. So what do we got next?
Hoping to add a Super Bowl moment to that one.
What's that?
I'm hoping to add a Super Bowl moment to that one in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. As am I. Speaking of Super Bowl moments, I'm coming out with my list. Number 5 moment on mine. When we did this list, I'm trying to get something from each sport.
Right.
So, I want to give out, like, my shout out was the Music City Miracle, obviously, or the Minnesota Miracle. Not the Music City. I still don't know if that was a forward pass or not.
I was in Jamaica. Everybody I was with was on the beach, and I'm in my room fucking going.
The Minnesota one?
Yeah, I was in Jamaica. Yeah. Screw that. Fuck the beach.
That was my day where everyone called me.
Yeah.
But the problem with that at that time, I even said right there, I was like, that was our Super Bowl. So, like, the air's lit, like, out of our balloon already.
And I said that about the Kansas. Sorry, I said that about the Kansas City Buffalo game. I said it's hard to come off an emotional win like that and do it again next week.
Oh, exactly. My Bears winning the Super Bowl in '85. Fair. That's the first year I started watching football, to be true.
I figured the Super Bowl dance would have been his moment.
No. Well, mine was the greatest comeback of all time, my number 5, and that was Tom Brady and the New England Patriots coming back from 28-3 down in Super Bowl 51 against the Atlanta Falcons. Steve, how does this happen? How is it? I know how much you hate Tom Brady, and especially Belichick.
I almost won money that year, so almost.
It just goes back to him being the GOAT. I'm so sorry, but that's just it.
I got a good story for you for that one that you'll like. I know you're not a big fan of Mark Wahlberg, being a big Patriots fan. He was at the game with his son, down 28-3. His son wasn't feeling good, so he thought, you know what, screw it. We're going to leave. We're going to leave. Sorry, Mark.
I'm not saying I hate Mark Wahlberg. I just hate his past.
Right.
And you know what? If I found out he made amends, I'm cool with that. I would be totally cool with that.
How would you feel about Mark Wahlberg playing Tom Brady in a movie about his life?
He's awfully short.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, I guess. Chris Evans would be better. I think. I don't know. I hate Brady, but respect him. Yeah, and I get that from a lot of people. But it's just too hard to argue with everything he's done, especially after Tampa. After last season, switching to a completely new team, I don't care how many weapons he put around him. He still made it at 44 years old or 43 years old to the Super Bowl. And he is an MVP candidate this year. So, but you want to talk about MVP candidates? I went to basketball. There were so many to think about. So I wanted to put Kobe's 81-point game against the Raptors on there. I wanted to put the Pistons. I was a Bad Boys fan growing up. So I wanted to put the Pistons back-to-back championships up there, especially that first year where they beat Magic Johnson and the Lakers that first time around.
The Malice in the Palace.
Dude, Fab Five. I wanted to put Chris Webber. Remember calling the timeout? They had no more timeouts left. Like, it was theirs to win. But it's just too hard for me not to go with the greatest performance that has never been seen on film either, much like Babe Ruth. There was no film of it, but there was just the reporters there. And that was Wilt Chamberlain's dominating 100 point night, 25 rebounds. Just insane to think about that. That was again, he was playing for Philadelphia, and that was against the Knicks. And
the Knickerbockers.
If you're on that team, and there was I think it was Eddie Murphy, somebody said the joke. Everybody else on the team's got to be like, yo, I'm open. Wilt, they're quadruple trip. The entire team is on you right now. Just, I'm open. Great. Yes.
Will like to keep things to himself.
What's that?
Will like to keep things to himself.
Yeah. Yes, Kurt. I almost put Kobe's final game because what did he score? 61 points in his final game, which is mind blowing to me. to me, that's the greatest player I've ever seen. I'm not saying he's the most gifted player. That's the most determined player I've ever seen in my life. Like, I mean, even more so than Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan was one of the most determined players of all time in any sport.
No.
But Kobe was just, he willed himself through everything. Bo Jackson and Spud Webb. Bo Jackson, let's remember, one year he led the league in home runs and also in rushing yards and touchdowns. I think in touchdowns, but but for sure yards. Just amazing. That guy was awesome.
And his career was cut short when he was hit by a man wearing the orange and black.
That's not something to be proud of.
I know.
Such messing with you.
I know, he was great. I loved watching him. It's a shame.
Was like Cam Neely. He played on the Bruins, and I hate the Bruins, but to me, that's one of the best all-around players I've ever seen.
Cam Neely's unbelievable.
Yeah, man. When he got injured, that cheap hit, was that Kasperitis or was it Samuelson?
I think it was Ulf Samuelson. Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of hockey, number 3 on my top 5 list had to go hockey, and oh my God, I wanted to put Hasek's 70 save game performance up there because that's the greatest goaltending performance I've ever seen in my life. By the greatest goalie I think I've ever seen. But to me, for us, there was Henderson's goal. Henderson. But it's Crosby, that golden goal, winning the Olympics there against the States. What was that, 2016?
Yes.
Yeah, so just huge, and that's why I want NHL back in the Olympics, honestly. I think it's best when you have NHL. Put the pros there. I know it's supposed to be amateur stuff, but every other sport, their pros are the ones that are competing at the Olympics. Like the professional kayakers. Like, come on.
That is pretty awesome watching those guys.
What, the kayakers?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, for sure. And I'm nothing against them or the losers even.
Oh, God. Or the skeleton.
Right? Like, it's insane. But to think, though, it's the best of that business. It's still the professionals there competing in the Olympics. So I'm okay with NBA, NFL, or not NFL, but you know what I mean. Hextall rules. Yep. My son says you're going down. Crosby was 2010. Thank you. That's what it was. 2010 Olympics. And that was
the first gold medal in 50-something years was 2002.
Right. And pro paddleboard. Stop it. Stop piggybacking on my jokes. So this was really hard for me because I wanted to put this number 1, but when I thought about things, and then I'll get to the reason why I made number 1 what I made number 1. But as you know me, baseball's never been my biggest favorite sport. But I grew up following first the Pittsburgh Pirates because I worked for the Welland Pirates, and that was the farm team there. And then Scott Bullitt played on the team there, and he stayed in Welland, and he ended up playing for the Chicago Cubs. So I became a Cubs fan, and I had WGN, so I watched the Cubs and the White Sox. So those were my 2 teams. White Sox won a World Series, stopped kind of following them a bit. And the Cubs, it was 108 years, and I was following them hard, and I love the Cubs because my 2 favorite announcers of all time, Rick Jeanneret and Harry fucking Carey. I'm just saying, the 2 best. And Harry Carey was great, and it hurt me so much that he missed out on this, but 108 years in the making, the Chicago Cubs winning the World Series. Wrigley Field was just awesome. You see the great Bill Murray, time Cubs fan as well. That's how I felt. My friend Erin, she still bugs me to this day that I was crying.
No, it was an emotional moment of just being a sports fan. Like I said, when my teams are out of it, I try and find a good story, and what a better one than the Cubs, 108 years.
Yeah, there's not a better one at all. So, well, maybe there is another one, and I had to put this one up there just because of the significance of it all. And it just so happens that this is also happening during Black History Month. But got to go with Jesse Owens. 1936 Berlin Olympics. Jesse Owens becomes the first American to win 4 gold medals in the athletics at the same games. That was for the 100-meter, 200-meter, the 4x100, and the long jump. He did this also in front of Hitler at the point where Hitler was trying to say that the Aryan race was the greatest, was the Ubermensch, like the Superman. So, and Jesse Owens destroyed every single record that was out there when it came to running and jumping. So, yeah, that is my number one. So,
it's a good list. Good list.
Hats off. Thank you, sir. And like I said, very fluid. That could change at any time. Thank you for that. But yeah, so cool. Yeah, that was our list. What did you guys think? Let us know what your lists are throughout the rest of the show. We got lots of show to go here. Steve still got his 5-second movie review coming up, which is a lot of fun for the folks. They tell me that they like it. And this week, what do you got?
I am reviewing the Kurt Warner Story, American Underdog. Of course, Zachary Levy there, Dennis Quaid, and Anna Paquin.
Right on, right on. So we will definitely get to that. We're going to get to that right after the news, right after, not the news. We have to talk about our sponsors right there. See that? Right over Steve's hand. Right there. Thank you for the white background there so we can see the whole thing. As we say, a big shout out to our sponsors over at DocNet. DocNet. If you're looking for internet anywhere in Ontario or Quebec and you're trying to save a little bit of money, because come on, prices of everything else are rising. Amazon just raised their prices again. Netflix raised their prices not too long ago. We started on food, lumber, everything else, gas prices. You need to save some money somewhere. And why not do that without sacrificing any service? Give yourself ease of mind and, ease of wallet as well. Go to docnet.ca. Tell them that RaTG TV sent you and connect your home to the world. We still haven't been taken off for that, right?
No.
Okay.
I check with the lawyers weekly.
Whew, that's good. Wait, I thought the lawyers are just Harpo.
Right.
It's just your dog. All right. So with that out of the way, it is time for the Electro Nut himself to give his 5-second movie review. And that, as we said, is, of course, American Underdog. The Kurt Warner Story, as we see Zach Levi there portraying Kurt Warner.
In his Iowa Barnstormers uniform.
Right, from the XFL days.
Arena League.
Arena League, that's right. Coming off being a grocery clerk, right? Or he's doing both.
Yeah, he was doing both at the time, I believe, yeah.
And you figure John Elway could have ponied up some more money. No, I wasn't. Anyway, so folks, if you have never seen Steve's 5-second movie review before, what we do is we put 5 seconds on the board. Steve takes those 5 seconds and gives us the most in-depth review that he can within those 5 seconds. If he doesn't, then this tape will self-destruct. I don't know, something like that. But if you are ready, sir, it's time for Steve's 5-second movie review by Steve. Yeah. Oh, wasn't ready for that. All right. Okay. So, Steve, if you are ready, you have got the movie American Underdog, Kurt Warner Story. Are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
5 seconds going on the board. You may begin now.
The greatest show on turf. One of the best sports movies on earth.
Ooh. All right. Wow. So it sounds like you highly approve of this movie. Break it down.
I had to break out the tissue for this one a few times. And when I say a few times, I'm underplaying it.
What?
This movie is it's a love story. Let's be real here. This movie is a love story about Kurt Warner meeting his wife Brenda. He was playing for Iowa Division I AA school though. Met her at a bar. She had a couple kids already, and he just he was out of college and not making any money, trying to make it. Got the tryout with the Packers. It didn't go well. Was working as a grocery clerk, and then played for the Iowa Barnstormers of the Arena League, and that's when he got noticed. And coach, Dick Vermeil? No.
Dick Vermeil, yeah.
Dick Vermeil, yeah. Took a chance. This was the year of the Trent Green injury. Now, if you're not a huge football fan,
wow.
this was awful. This was. I said to Amber, I said this. I think this is the reason that they don't show replays of injuries anymore. Was the Trent Green one, because he was just writhing in pain. It was awful.
Theismann was the reason they stopped. Remember, his bone was sticking out of his leg. Yeah. But yeah, the Trent Green one was horrible as well.
Yeah. So, not so young Kurt Warner got his start, and they lit it up that year. That offense was just unstoppable. Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce,
dude, Torrey Holt.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of tears of joy, a lot of tears of tragedy, a lot of tears of triumph. It's just this movie had it all.
Yeah, and it came all down to this. But yeah, I'm going to check it out. I was going to watch it earlier today, but I will definitely watch it. I don't know if I have enough Kleenex in the house now, though. If you're saying that, and you're you and I'm me.
And it's a love story, and I follow.
What's that?
I said it's like I said, it's a straight up love story. It's rapping football. And I cried like a baby.
I don't stand a chance. I don't stand a chance at all. Not at all. Well, there you go. So what do you give it? What's your score? Dude, how many fives you give it out now? That's like your third five, I think.
I think it's probably my third five in the last 5-6 months. Yeah.
Wow. Are you just getting easier in your old age, or?
I don't think so. I think this is one of those rare occasions when it's just, like I said, this movie touches you in so many places. It pulls at your heartstrings. It's got everything. It's got something for everybody. This is the perfect date movie. If your girlfriend's not into football, you're not into love stories. Perfect movie.
Nice. Perfect
movie.
Nice. Right on. Well, I'll be asking Heather tonight if she wants to watch it. It's the Bengals curse. Wait, what? That was a late comment on that one, Ron.
The Bo Jackson? The Bo Jackson curse?
Yeah, I'm thinking so. Well, there you go. I'm looking forward to that, and we'll see what's going on in the news. All right, welcome back, folks. Big shout out to Jordan James for that intro and so many others of ours on here. Now, we start off the news every week with some bad news, and you are our doctor of death.
I had the cloak this week, and I forgot to grab it.
I love that I could see the RaTG TV shirt underneath there. Great.
I like
That's
that.
Great. I'm wearing mine too. I just in my basement as we show off our boobies to the world. Yeah, Dr. Death.
Everybody's got nipples. Everybody's got nipples.
You almost saw his third. No.
What a coincidence that on the day that the Cincinnati Bengals were on their way to the Super Bowl, that we lost Howard Hessman from WKRP in Cincinnati. Head of the class, as you see him there as well. Great actor, funny guy. 81 years old.
It's a long life, and like you said, great actor, and just a cruel irony, I guess, or a sad irony.
Yeah,
A sad coincidence. He died on the day that they clinched. But yeah, loved him.
I actually saw. I saw a meme going around. I thought, okay, very funny. Cincinnati doing it for Harambe, and then I actually saw. I think it was Hendrickson or Hubbard on a podcast, and he actually said that, we're dedicating this year to Harambe. And I was like,
yeah, I saw that.
Oh, that wasn't a joke.
Well, I mean, hey, that was a Cincinnati Zoo, though, right?
That was the Cincinnati Zoo, yeah, and that was an awful tragedy, man, that took place that day. Of course, if you don't know the story, boy fell into the gorilla cage. It appeared to me that the gorilla was having maternal instincts and protecting the boy, really. But unfortunately, they felt there was no safe way to get in there and get the boy safely, and they killed poor Harambe. So
sad. Greg, I don't know what you mean by "do you guys do a Deadpool"?
So the way Deadpool works,
people who die.
Yeah, the way that Deadpool works is at the beginning of the year, you pick a bunch of celebrities, and then based on their age. So if I picked Howard Hessman, he died at 81 years old, I would get 19 points. If you pick like someone that's 20 years old, then you get like 80 points if they died that year. I'm just saying. Those are the rules.
Machine Gun Kelly.
No, he's on your wish list.
He's not on my wish list. No, he parties a lot, and he's, I don't know. Weird.
I know. I'm just kidding. We joke about death here at RaTG because that's just that's who we are, and that's how we get through it. That's how we get through the pain. Yeah. Moses J. Mosley. This is a sad story. 32 years old. You might remember him from The Walking Dead as one of Michonne's guardians. They're the walkers that she used to walk with. That had no jaws and no arms there.
Yeah.
The cops said that this was a possible suicide. The family is now saying that they believe that he was kidnapped and killed 3 days later. Not a lot of details on this one yet. It is a work in progress, this story. But yeah, 32 years old.
That's sad. Do you want to do a Deadpool? Maybe.
Ask us off air.
Yeah. Yes.
Moving along from the comic book world, editor for DC and worked on The Flash and Gotham by Gaslight. Brian Augustine, 62 years old. I don't have a cause of death, but still pretty young there. So our hearts and prayers go to his family, of course. And then 69 years old, record producer, founder of Megaforce Records, responsible for Metallica and their debut albums, Kill 'Em All, John Zazula, 69 years old.
Man.
He would have been 70, I think, in a week or two. Yeah, his birthday was coming up.
The 2022, man. Like 2016, was it? Or was it 2017?
I believe it was 16. Yeah, I believe it was 16.
Because when did Bowie die? 2015?
He died like December, right before the new year.
Right. So that's why I wasn't sure if it was 2016 or not.
There was a few that we lost in that December, and then that year it just started. Yeah,
every week it was like, and we're close to that this year. I don't think it's quite there, but oh my God, we lost some big ones. And you have some more news on some death.
Yeah, this one was an accidental overdose. We're assuming Michael K. Williams unfortunately lost his life due to overdose. There's now been 4 men arrested and charged in connection with the overdose death. They're being charged with multiple charges. Hopefully the police have their guy, and it's just a sad story.
It's kind of crazy when still seeing shit like that happen all the time, but we see it all the time, like friends of ours.
We see it with our friends. Yeah,
But I don't know, man. I like you said, I hope they got the right person. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
that's honestly the biggest question, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, next up, maybe a little bit of a lighter story for us. Did you see the German figure skaters at the Olympics that are?
I didn't see this until we talked about it before the show.
Yeah, a couple of German figure skaters dressed up over as you can see there, the Joker and Harley Quinn, and they were shocked to find out people weren't on board with this. You know, the Joker and Harley Quinn both having a really toxic relationship, of course.
Kind of psychopaths.
Right? These were figure skaters Tim Deek and Katharina Mueller.
I want to know what their choice of music was.
Well, they skated to a jazz rendition of Britney Spears' "Toxic."
Oh, okay.
I mean, so it was on brand. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
I like it.
It's the Olympics. Just saying. Like I would much rather watch that. Tell you the truth, it reminds me of, when was the only time you ever watched figure skating?
During the Tonya Harding thing.
Oh, really? You didn't watch during the Stoico years either?
No, I don't think
It
so.
was really big. I figured at that time too.
For sure. Yeah. No, I remember it being huge. Yeah.
And they were doing a lot of like taboo stuff.
Mm.
So that's what I would. This is kind of like that, but not
Yeah,
as
the Tonya
cool.
Harding, Nancy Kerrigan thing, I think, kind of just polarized figure skating and thrust it into the this media.
Why?
She got galoolied.
Music was suitable, but how about Prince's Bat Dance?
Bad
Listen,
dance.
Did that win?
This town
Did
needs
that win
an
an Oscar?
enema.
I think that song won an Oscar.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, to be honest, and probably got the Grammy that year as well if it won an Oscar. It's just a guess, or something off that album would have. And I know he did that whole soundtrack, so
Yeah.
loved it. I actually really dug that. It reminds me of Club Social Days, teen dances. That's a inside jokes and inside baseball for people there. Buddy, you know what? You know what's always good is a good turnaround story.
Yeah, this is another feel good story. We like to bring you up after we bring you down with the celebrity deaths of the week. And Sean Weiss, or Weiss, depending on how you pronounce it, I guess, is celebrating. Yeah, he's celebrating 2 years sober. He was rough, man. Yeah, as you see him there in the before picture, doing well. So we're happy for Sean, and glad that he's got his life back on track.
Yeah, happy anniversary, buddy, and hopefully, seeing so Amelia won't be in Mighty Ducks 3 or the next season of Mighty Ducks. Hopefully, we'll get to see Goldberg back.
Maybe
that's who he played. So
yeah,
we've seen the rest of the team.
Yeah, we did.
Did we see Joshua Jackson? No.
Oh no, that's right. No Joshua Jackson. That's right.
Speaking of casting news, you're a Walking Dead fan. Do you watch Tales of the Walking Dead as well?
So I tried watching the newest one. I can't remember what it's called.
There's a million of them.
But it's like 10 or 15 years into it, and it's a teen drama, right? They've turned it into so yeah, I got a few episodes in, didn't care for it. I know there's Tales of the Walking Dead looks interesting though.
All right. Well, Tales of the Walking Dead added some actors to the playlist there. As you see, Terry Crews, Parker Posey, Anthony Edwards, and others. Sorry, we didn't get their names. The girl on the top left, I know her. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I've seen her as well too. Yeah.
She was in 2022 Jump Street. I think she was in the sequel.
I fell off of Fear of the Walking Dead as well. They killed way too many of the main characters way too early on.
Yeah. Well,
I know those were actor choices that they were asking to leave the show. I know, I don't remember the one guy's name. He's a New Zealand actor though. He got cast in the Avatar movie, so he asked to be written out. Oh. You definitely know him. He was in Training Day as well. He played one of the thugs at the end that was going to kill. What's his name in the bathtub?
Oh, I don't even remember, honestly. Anyways, yeah.
Good actor.
Good actor.
Whoever that guy is.
I believe you.
You.
I'm just gonna say, I believe you. You're the man. That guy's the man. Yeah. So what do you got next? You got some men you want to talk about?
This is a story we've been following the last few weeks. Spotify, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, he's he took to Twitter, or was it Twitter? Maybe. He posted his apology on.
He posted his video on Twitter. Yeah, I've got it here. I was gonna put it up there. It's a 5-minute video, so we're not playing it.
Yeah. He had a nice story to tell about Neil Young. Said he was a big Neil Young fan. No ill will towards Neil Young. Said he's always just been a guy that likes to have interesting guests and talk about interesting things. And this is a show that's it's opinion. It's free speech, and some people have taken offense to it and starting to pull their stuff from Spotify. And Crosby, Stills, Nash has been next in line, reuniting with their brother Neil Young, standing tall.
They're not the only ones. There's been a lot of artists that
have been a lot on
that cause. It's not all just the old guys anymore right now. And so far, that'll bring us into our next story. Spotify, after all of this, is down $2 billion in profit shares since the whole Neil Young, Joe Rogan escapade.
Yeah, they said that they'll be putting an advisory on at the beginning of his shows now, and they've actually pulled 70 episodes. So
yeah, which is pretty insane to think about.
Yeah.
And in those episodes, though, a lot of those episodes, somebody had posted a whole bunch of, and it's out of context, a lot of it.
No, for sure.
But they posted a lot of times of Joe using the N-word. You know me, I'm black, and I don't use the N-word. I'm not a fan of it, never have been. But yeah, I don't know what all the reasons were. He could have just been saying it because someone said this and he was repeating them. Who knows? But even he came out and he had that video where he was apologizing, and he said, even me looking at it right now, I'm offended to see it, sort of thing, and apologize for it. And he has been apologetic for a lot of the stuff that he's put out there, And I've liked him. Did you see The Rock was on his show? Now The Rock's taking a lot of hate for being on there.
I did see that. Yeah, he said that people need to take a step back.
But The Rock's I don't know. I've always thought The Rock was a Republican every time I've ever seen him. Any big wrestler that's been really tight with Vince McMahon, I always assume is Republican. John Cena, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, you're probably right.
Triple H, Donald Trump. All wrestlers that were all good friends of. Yes, Donald Trump was a wrestler. Now, speaking of other things I couldn't believe, not just that Donald Trump was a wrestler or president, but
or reality host.
50 Shades of Grey star and daughter of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith, Dakota Johnson, has been cast as Madam Webb in a solo series, a spin-off solo series from Spider-Man. Now, we don't know if she's playing the younger version right here, Julia Carpenter, Madam Webb, or if she's playing the old school Madam Webb. I was kind of hoping it would be the old school Madam Webb, and I wanted Sandra Bullock for it. People thought she was too young for the role. People want to see Helen Mirren. I think Helen might have been. You know what I think of Helen Mirren. I love Helen Mirren. Like, she's my gilf. But I think she's a little too old now to play that role. People, yeah. So give me some Sandy B. But no, we'll see what Dakota Johnson can do with the role of Madam Webb. She'll have no mask to put on for it. So, some movie news for you.
Yeah. Scream 5 is out at theaters right now.
It is. It's getting some really good reviews too. I haven't seen it yet. Have you?
I'm gonna try and see it this week. I'm hoping that's gonna be my review for next week. So
sweet.
But we already found out that due to the success of Scream 5, Scream 6 will film this summer.
Yeah, man. All right, I'm cool with that. I'm thinking there's some spoilers. This might be a spoilery thing because I haven't seen it yet, but I keep seeing a couple of websites saying about will Hayden Panettiere come back. I've never seen Scream 4. So
Okay.
remember I hosted those horror panels and they showed the wrong. I had no idea it was they were showing the wrong.
Oops.
I'd never seen it, but it looked good. I still got to see that one. But yeah, I don't know. Are you a Scream fan?
I do like the Scream movies. I like they have to keep me guessing.
Right.
As long as they continue to keep me guessing, I will continue to watch these movies.
I haven't seen the new one at all. I haven't heard anything about it, but my guess, if anything, is that it's Nev Campbell this time. That's what I'm putting out there.
Interesting.
I think that's who's behind the mask, if you will. Speaking of behind the mask, we heard about Wilder Valmerez, however you say his name. I'm sorry, Fez from that '70s show. Wilder Valmerama. Many apologies. But we know that he's going to be playing Zorro pretty soon in a series. I can't remember, was it for Amazon or a Netflix series?
Yeah, I believe so.
But the CW has their own Zorro coming out now as well, and it is a female Zorro. It has been greenlit at the CW, according to Midnight Edge in the Morning, number 208, and other numerous sources as well. Listen, I'm okay with a female Zorro. I'm totally okay with that. Here's my thing. Make it a legacy character, please. Don't make it a gender bent Dom Delia. You could be better than that. Make her own character. Make her better than Don Deliega, or however you say his name. Make her his daughter. Like,
I agree. I
think it could be all right. It'll be cheesy as hell. It's on a CW, so that we already had. I forget. Remember, there was that other one that was like a female Zorro back in the day in the '90s. That was like Hercules and Shauna and all those other. Yeah. So yeah, I'm down. Whatever. Yes, put on the mask and then take the mask off and don't run away. What?
That's what the judges of The Masked Singer did this week. Ken Jeong. I didn't write their names down, but I can't remember the other one. But a couple of them actually got up and left when The Masked Singer was revealed to be Rudy Giuliani.
I mean, right?
Yeah. I mean
they're not
as long as he wasn't adjusting his fly.
But here's the thing: who booked that?
Right.
The dude's under indictment, isn't he? I mean, isn't he like under investigation right now?
Yeah.
Under investigation.
That definitely the producers definitely need to have a chat with casting on that one.
I'm just saying. And they're producers. They probably did. So I'm thinking everybody over there should be in some trouble. But I mean, it is what it is, right? I agree. A female Zorro is fine, but I hope it stays in the right time period. I don't think a modern Zorro would work. Oh, I agree, because I had heard that a few times where they've tried to make Zorro, but have him have guns. And I'm like, no, give him a bullwhip and a rapier. That's it. That's all we need. And as corny as it was, I loved Antonio Banderas as Zorro. I did. Anthony Hopkins was a very, very strange choice as the original. I mean, I'm sure you could have found a Spanish actor or Mexican actor.
Somebody else that was available.
Yeah. I mean, Cheech Moran, for fuck's sakes, maybe. That would have been interesting, actually. Let's think about that one for a while. Let's let that percolate. I wish some casting. Well, you know what didn't get to percolate? And I didn't put this in as a story, but I know my girlfriend is a big fan of this show, and it just came off the air a few years ago, and that's Criminal Minds, and that's coming back again with most of the not the original cast, but most of the cast is coming back. A lot of the originals are coming back as well, and not only that, Supernatural just went off the air not long ago, and a new pilot just got signed for the CW again. And it is going to be the Winchester Family, which is going to be a prequel story more about their parents than it is about them. In the TV show, you didn't really watch Supernatural, eh? So you didn't.
I didn't know. Are they from Winchester, Tinfieldville, Iowa?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Their dad was a monster hunter, and their dad, John Winchester, was played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Okay.
Egan. So that was like his big role beforehand.
Right.
So I'm all of it. Mask of Zorro was a lot of fun. Yes, it was. I love Mask of Zorro. I like cheesy stuff like that, though. I think we all know that. Steve, you like some cheesy stuff, cheesy award ceremonies.
I love me some award ceremonies. I love Jerry. I can't remember what the award he was accepting, but Jerry Seinfeld gives the greatest awards acceptance speech ever. You can look it up on YouTube after the show, but it is hilarious. He just digs into award show and just says how pompous they are and these fucking over glorified pats on the back that they were constantly giving each other, and it's great. But the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I just really wish they would change the name.
It's just to the Music Hall of Fame.
Let's just call it what it is, and I'm okay with that. And some great acts this year, as we see there. Beck Penn and Pat Benatar, Devo. Whip it good.
I mean,
Eminem.
Yeah. Happy about that one.
What's that? Miss McRae. Yeah, she's rubbing the lipstick off her teeth right now.
Right, and then getting ready to practice.
MP5, of course, getting another shot. They're big band credited with the punk scene back in the 70s. Rage Against the Machine.
Yes.
Yeah, some good acts.
Tribe Called Quest, Dionne Warwick, Carly Simon. Yeah, man, it's
Lionel Richie. Yeah,
Greased, man. It's good, man. But just like you, I agree, and it's long past time that they just rename it the Music Hall of Fame. There's no musician who cares. There's no musician. There's no rock guy that's going to be like, oh, I don't want to be in this anymore, or doesn't think it should be, because music is music.
Unless you're Gene Simmons and you're just a D-bag.
Or Lars Ulrich. I don't know that Lars is thinking that, but I would just assume.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Lars, maybe. You know what? We heard some rumors this week. We heard a rumor release time for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Kenobi. Now, we don't know for sure, but this leak came out and it was reported as a leak by every source that we saw it from. So that's why we're saying, like, take this with a grain of salt, but they're saying May 2022. Now, I know some people are saying oh my God, that's so far away. It's not that far. That is not that far away. Book of Boba will be ending. Then a Marvel show will probably start up, and then that'll be right after that. So,
yeah, awesome. And,
what did you think of this last episode of Boba? I know you and I disagree on what cameos are, even though every website in the world all said that I was right, but not every website, but the majority of. What did you think of this episode?
It was a good episode. I really liked. What's his name? I can't even think of it. The sheriff.
Oh my God, I always forget his name too.
Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah.
But I liked him as the sheriff. So that was a good episode. We got Cad Bane, spoilers. Big bounty hunter. So yeah, it was a good episode.
I mean, this is what Disney gets right. That everybody's like, oh, that's woke culture, and I'm like, no, it's not woke culture. You know what Disney does best with Marvel and Star Wars? Fan service. Plain and simple. It's fucking fan service. They have Kevin Feige running Marvel and being like, oh, I'm a huge fan, and this is what I would like to see in a fucking movie. And then you've got Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau being like, you know what I'd like to see in a Star Wars movie? Here's the toys I want to play with. And that's what they do. And it's
I absolutely love the Book of Boba Fett. I know not everybody loves it as much as The Mandalorian. Everybody's saying, oh, the Mandalorian episodes are the best episodes of Book of Boba Fett. And arguably, some of the better episodes for sure. But I do really like the show. And man, spoilers.
That's okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What do you think Grogu's going to pick? The lightsaber or the chainmail?
The chainmail. Without a doubt. That's how he escapes the Kylo Ren thing. I think somebody said, oh my God, the fans are right. How did Grogu survive Kylo Ren attacking Kylo Ren attacking Luke's students? So I think that's what's going to happen. I think Grogu will still end up getting a lightsaber. I don't think it won't be Yoda's.
Right.
I believe that. Yeah, that's maybe what they'll do with the rest of that. The rest of that. The rest of that Beskar armor because Beskar steel because he was banished from the Mandalorians. So that means he needs to go an excuse to take the helmet off all the time now too because he joined Boba Fett.
Or is he just going to go atone?
I don't know. Maybe too late, honestly.
Yeah. Well, they could because they said the mines are, everything, the planet's destroyed, right? So.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's been a pretty wild ride. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying I hated Boba Fett because I liked it. I just didn't. I thought the first couple of episodes weren't,
Yeah. No, for sure.
There was a lot of backstory to it.
Like you said, a lot of
that. So I'm all right with that. Yeah. It's just I needed something to be attached to. Like I needed a baby Grogu or something, right? And I didn't have that with that story yet. And the last 2 episodes gave us that basically.
You got it right though with the fan service because, like I said, it's making me feel for Tusken Raiders. Like, come on, man, come on. Like the baby Rancor and
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo is just awesome, and that gave us some insight to why the Rancor trainer was so upset when Luke killed him in Return of Jedi, right? Like, I mean,
because they had imprinted on each other.
Yeah,
which is
So I like that stuff, and like you said, I love the fan service stuff. I love I'm gonna get his name wrong. The big Wookiee there.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt it.
Yeah, I know.
Christian or something, or
he had the brass knuckles too, from the comic books and stuff. Yeah, so it was also BD we saw as well. We don't know if it was BD1 from the video game or not, but that was still freaking amazing. I loved it, and I love that throwback stuff. Give us
more. Give us more of that.
Yeah, give me that time period show.
That time period show, like that 2000 show, or you want to go back
90?
further?
Back further.
We'll go 90s show.
Thank you.
80s show didn't do that well. Do you remember the 80s show?
Yeah, it was horrible, and it should have been connected to that 70s show. That was the problem.
It really should have.
Yeah.
Even if it was just Tommy Chong, but. We got some cast announcements for that 90s show. Of course, we already know Deborah Jo Rupp and Kurtwood Smith are going to be returning as Kitty and Red. And we have confirmation that they are working on cameos as well from Topher Grace, Laura Peppercorn, Mila Kunis, and Ashton Kutcher to be reoccurring characters. But as you saw there, Ashley, I'm going to get this last name wrong. Fertihide,
right?
Fertihide. Yeah. Mace Coronel.
You're good at this.
Yeah, I'm good. Maxwell Ace Donovan. It's Callie Havadera is going to be portraying Donna and Eric's daughter.
Right. Yeah, I saw that, and she's going to be visiting Red and Kitty for the summer.
Right.
So that's where we'll get the Eric and Donna cameos there, which will be cool to see. I'm down with that. Like I like the show, but this wasn't one of my favorite shows.
No, I kind of fell off. I'm not going to lie, but it is a show that I will go and rewatch if it's on. I will watch it. It's a funny show.
Yeah, for sure. You know what is great is seeing local guys do well.
Mm-hmm.
And a local guy for us from Welland. I didn't even realize this guy was from Welland, to be honest. And that is the new head coach of the New York Giants, Brian Daboll, has just been announced. Also, though, was at the center of the whole big controversy that's going on in the NFL right now. And that was with Coach Belichick accidentally texting Brian Bowles and saying, "Oh, I hear you're going to be the new coach of the Giants," and he meant to be messaging Brian Daboll. A horrible man. Like I'm happy for Daboll because he's a Welland guy,
So does he have to win a couple championships to surpass Mike Schmeck as the greatest sports guy from Welland?
Well, Schmeck's got what, 2?
I think he got 2. Yeah, one with the Bulls, one with the Lakers.
Right. Yeah, I'm not too sure, dude. I think he's got to be better than that. 2, but did he start?
No.
Or play?
No. I'm gonna say he played, but probably in a very limited capacity.
True. Well, you know what? Congratulations for Welland local Brian Dayball for that as well, and other Welland native as well.
If you haven't tried Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray, what are you waiting for? It's Dawn's fastest and easiest way to clean everyday dishes. On simple messes, just spray, wipe, and rinse. On tough messes, its spray-activated suds have 5 times faster grease cleaning power to break down grease without water. Plus, its targeted spray cleans even hard-to-reach places better. So, replace your dish soap with Dawn Power Wash and spray your dishes clean.
Do we have a new sponsor?
No, but sure. Give him a free shout out after that one. Yeah. Where do you get a half mug like that?
Right?
You know what's funny is that half mug thing. So they do whatever to it to make them dirty. Like they're legit make them dirty, and I think they bake them overnight or whatever they do to them. And as you hear the water going there, as I tried to squirt it,
He's gone right now.
Given me wouldn't work properly, and then my hands look like this. So then they use somebody else's hands for it, which I don't blame them. I really, really don't. But yeah, so that was it. Way to go, Welland guys, and way to go, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, not a Welland guy, but yeah, Super Bowl man. All bias aside, I know you posted a picture earlier with Joe Burrow in a Minnesota jersey, but all bias aside, how do you think this one's going to go?
You know, I don't know. I don't know if you could stop Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford. And then you think Aaron Donald on top of that defense in LA. I mean, if I was putting money on it, I think I would go LA. I mean, at least, I mean, if I took Cincinnati, I'd take them to cover the spread. What's the spread at now?
I think it's 3.5 now. It opened at 4.
No.
It opened at 4.5. I think it's 3.5 now.
Yeah, if it's 3.5, then I would still go with I'd go with the Rams. Like just because they have more weapons, but Joe Burrow and Chase are just two different dudes.
And when Chase is double teamed, he's got Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins, man, like Joe Mixon.
Yeah, it's crazy. Autographed half mugs at Niagara Falls Comic-Con this year. Yeah, $75 a piece. And I'll sign your
I think I like the storyline. Like I said, I think I love the storyline that if the Bengals lose, Matthew Stafford's going to win because one more deserving guy all those years suffering in Detroit, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think being a Bengals fan, to me, this is the biggest. I mean, we have Zach Taylor against his old team, and we have Andrew Whitworth, longtime offensive lineman for the Cincinnati Bengals, left a few years ago. Went to the Rams, was there for the Super Bowl trip a few years ago where they lost to Kansas City, again. And he said that this will be his last game.
Wow.
And wow, either Andrew Whitworth, longtime Cincinnati Bengals, going to win a Super Bowl, or the Bengals are going to win a Super Bowl.
But you know what sucks for the Bengals? And this is 2 years in a row now. There's going to be a team playing in the Super Bowl in their home stadium.
Yeah.
LA's playing at home this year. Tampa Bay played in Tampa Bay last year.
The Bengals had the option to take their home dressing room, and they politely declined. But they did get choice. They did get choice of jerseys. The AFC being the home team this year.
Okay.
The Bengals are the home team. Yeah.
No real order. Kurt Jr. says I got more than 5. Miracle on Ice. Yeah, I thought about that, but. Here's the thing with Miracle on Ice. That wasn't a gold medal game. That wasn't the gold medal game. I mean, it was a huge game, and it was huge for American hockey.
Yeah.
As a Canadian, it just, I mean, I was happy for you guys. It was good to see you guys starting to be good at hockey too. So we had other people we could play aside from Russia.
And it was the beginning of a lot of great rivalries between Canada and the U.S., women's and men's hockey.
For sure. That's a great rivalry too right now, is the women's U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, man.
They owned us for a while there too.
They did.
Sid Bream slide. I don't remember that one. Dave Roberts steal. James Harrison 100-yard pick in Super Bowl 6. Remember that one right at halftime, right?
Yeah.
Vince Carter jumping over 7-foot Frederick Weiss in the Olympics. That was amazing. I remember that one too.
Yeah.
Good times. That was like the third dream team or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, good times. So Vince was definitely the man at that point. Kind of feel bad for not winning a championship with Toronto, but he chose to leave too, and he gave up playing. It seemed like.
I like the story that's been going. A lot of people have been talking about this, saying, the Bengals are at the beginning of something special, and Stafford has paid his dues. So a lot of people, even though Cincinnati has become that lovable underdog team, a lot of people are pulling for him. I think there's a lot of people in Stafford's corner.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first game, I wasn't banking on anything. Being a Bengals fan, I'm used to that hurt. I'm used to that. We're gonna win this, and then so. And the second game, again, wasn't banking on anything. One down 18, I'm like, there's no way we're doing this twice, and we did it again. So this is the first game. I believe this team thinks that they can win, and I believe that Joe Burrow will them to victory.
Good. I mean, so you think not only do you think they're going to cover the spread, you think they're going to win?
I think it's going to be a shootout. I predict this to be one of the highest scoring Super Bowls in recent history.
Wow. Yeah. You think they're going to come out slinging right away?
I really think I really do.
Yeah. And that's what Burrow does remind me, especially after his comments. I look back at the playoffs so far. He does seem like a lot like Tom Brady. He's got that second half. He's just out of nowhere. It's like he takes that first half to survey, like Tom Brady always did.
Yeah.
Tom Brady would be down in the first half and then come back in the second half and be like, okay, now I figured out what works and what doesn't. Let's do this.
And it really helps, having the only kicker drafted in the NFL draft last year. Like I said, that's why you draft a kicker, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done. Well done. Well, I mean, good luck to you next week. We'll definitely be talking about that leading up to the big game. But next week, our show, we will be talking best sci-fi franchises of all time.
I don't know why I'm doing that for sci-fi, but
I don't know. That's time travel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be talking best sci-fi franchises. And that's a wide array of things. Here's something I want to put out there. Are we including comic books as sci-fi?
I think so.
Right?
I think so.
I thought so as well, because I don't know where they would fit in on their own.
Yeah, no. Yeah, for sure.
Not that I'm trying to give away where any of my answers will be.
I'm sure none of them will be comic book related.
None.
I'm betting on that. Like I'm betting on the Rams to get shut out.
You son of a bitch. Wow, buddy. One more last time for you.
Joey B, Joey Burr, Joe Cool, Joe Franchise,
Joe Cigar. Well, we'll see. We'll see if by the end of this he's saying to all the Rams fans, "You can call me Joe Mama." After this one,
I'm really not liking this 2 week wait.
I hate it. I fucking hate it. I've always hated it, honestly, because the Pro Bowl's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's ridiculous. But yeah, let's get to the game. I don't want to see a week of media. I hate the media scrums. I really do. Women in bridesmaids gowns asking quarterbacks to marry them, and just it's
nonsense. And the questions are just like, how these athletes have been prompted to answer.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
They ask the most ridiculous questions. You know they're not going to give away scheme. You know they're not going to give away game plan. You know they're not going to fucking break down the game for you. Stop asking those questions.
Yep.
This is how NFL teams win, by keeping shit quiet and fucking studying and fucking not fucking giving away their game plan.
In-house. That's right. Justin Tucker or your guy, McPherson?
I mean, Justin Tucker's proven. He's NFL proven. He's time tested. McPherson is a rookie, but like I said, game winner to kick off the team.
Fucking rookie.
Yeah, good looking rookie, man.
Every single game in the playoffs has come down to a field goal, right? Or has been won by a field goal.
I don't think the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders game, but the last two, yes.
Okay. Absolutely insane to think about. Maybe that's the way to start betting this year.
Yeah, because the Raiders needed to get into the end zone at the end of the game there with no time left. So yeah, it was more than a field goal.
Wow. We'll see. Whole week to just sit there and contemplate it all.
Yeah, man, I know. I've literally, like I said, I'm like you. I do kind of hate the media hype, but when it's your team there, I have been waking up every morning to Good Morning Football.
Oh, right. No doubt. See, I do get up. That's my thing every morning. Get up.
That's a win. That's a good one. Speaking of a good one, this has been another good episode. Next week, like we said, talking sci-fi franchises. I wonder what my number one's going to be. We can't, but see, we're putting comics in there. Are horror movies in there too? Because that we could do our whole thing as like best horror movies of all time. Yeah, no, I'm going to say no on horror movies. No, they qualify as their own genre. Yeah, that's like a comedy or. But then you have those crossover movies where you have like your Predator or your Alien or right. Those are horror sci-fi though. I consider those or sci-fi horrors. So yeah, we'll keep it. It has to be sci-fi related. Yes, and comic books just get a pass because where the fuck else are they going to be? Horror. We'll wait. We'll wait for a Saturday, Friday the 13th. To do a horror show. A Saturday, Friday the 13th. Right. Yeah, that'll be a good one. That movie? You might be waiting a while. Do you remember waiting a while for a Saturday, the Friday the 13th show? Do you remember the movie Saturday the 14th? Yes, I do. It was a parody, right? Yes, parody movie. Dom DeLuise was in it. Yeah, I don't know if I actually watched it or I did. And I love Switzer remembers it. Greg Switzer, as we all know, one of the managers over at That's Entertainment in St. Catharines. I always get it wrong. It's on Ontario Street. No, it's on Lake Street. It's on one of those two, though. It's in St. Catharines. It's North St. Catharines. Go get some movies from them. When you need your movie fix, go see Greg because that guy knows. I miss the video store. I miss it since Stanley Video closed up shop here in Welland. Lake Street every time. We'll just start calling it Lake Video. It's Lake Video. Yes, please call it Lake Street Entertainment. Lake Street Video. There we go. Problem solved. We're renaming things for you. Rebranding. That's what we do here. Well, that's it. You got anything else you want to talk about there, buddy? Geez. You know what? There's one story I'm glad you didn't have on your list this week because was it this one? No. Just for Luke, just in case. Yes, just in case he watches it later. Rockstar came out with some news this week and told us that they have been working on GTA 6. But to be fair, it was just a confirmation. No, I know. But yeah, I mean, who didn't think that was coming? They were just milking GTA 5 for as much money as they possibly could, though. As my phone obviously is not plugged in because it's just about to die, so we had good time in there. There you go. Yeah, I mean, right on. I guess you're
you're a GTA guy. I'm not a big
Yeah,
fan of it.
I'm honestly still having a lot of fun with GTA on mine. We got the Dr. Dre download just last month, where they've incorporated Dre into a whole storyline where his cell phone gets stolen, and he's got some pretty private information on there. So we're contracted to get it back for him.
So which one?
Yeah, we finally got the first story DLC in fucking 8 years or whatever the hell it is. Like, so I'm still having fun with it. I mean, yeah, I definitely would like to have a new map and some new stuff. We got the island a couple months ago, which was cool, that you could travel to, but you couldn't. It was one of those things where it had to load, right? So it wasn't added to the main map, which is disappointing, but it is what it is.
Nice.
As long as they up it, man. You waited 10 years, it's got to be good, man.
It's got to be worth it.
Just like these fucking Avatar movies. They better be good.
Were you an Avatar fan of the original? Like, did you love it? People,
and we've talked about this on the show. I know. Like I said, I watched it in the theater, brought my kids, loved it. I thought it was, visually stunning. And then never watched it again.
Right? It's one of those movies that is just it doesn't. The Sixth Sense, great movie. No rewatchability.
No. Well, maybe to see what see if you can catch something.
Right.
Yeah.
Which though, but I'd argue the same thing with Pulp Fiction, and I could watch that a million times still.
Yeah.
But once you find out Bruce Willis is dead, and then you watch it the second day, like, oh yeah, and you're like, well, all right. Might as well watch Signs. Oh no, I don't want to watch that one again.
That was awful. And I like The Village.
I didn't mind Signs. I didn't. I like Mel Gibson though. I'm a sucker for.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mel Gibson, and this was like weeks and weeks ago, and we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Did you see Mel Gibson in an interview saying that he is taking over the directing helm, and Lethal Weapon 6 is a go? No, 6, 5. Lethal Weapon 5 is a go.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, Danny needs a paycheck, man.
He doesn't.
I know.
So I listen to these podcasts.
You make every time.
I know. He does need the money. He's doing I've been listening to these different podcasts called Marvel's Wastelanders. And it's set in the future where Wolverine basically murders the X-Men, and then all the villains in the world all decide to work together and kill all the heroes in the world. And there's only certain heroes, and it's like set in the future. Old Man Logan, there's Old Man Hawkeye. Now, so they made podcasts about that, and I listened to the Old Man Hawkeye one. There's an old woman Black Widow, and it's Yelena Bolova, Ashley Pugh's character in Black Widow.
Okay.
Played by Susan Sarandon. So I just started listening to a new one with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Danny Glover's in it.
Oh, nice.
He's working. Good for him.
Good for him.
There's a little shout out to those podcasts, and listen to ours.
We love some Danny Glover.
What's that?
We love us some Danny Glover.
We do. And Donald Glover too. We love us some Childish Gambino. Anyways, that's all I got. I don't know. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Did you learn a lot from the Electronut this week? Did you learn a lot from Iron Uncle? Did you have fun? Big thanks to Steve McGinnis for those photos as well, and for a lot of our artwork. But yeah, Wellandwingnut. Hope you had a good time, buddy. It was fun. See what you got for sci-fi next week.
Yeah, man. And hopefully Scream is my review. So
sounds good. All right, folks. Well, we hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you all next week, next time on RaTG TV. Go Bengals in 2 weeks.